What's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal? How you feel? What's the deal? Where you at?
So y'all here? Y'all like inspiration? Y'all like motivation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all like ventilation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all know I gotta make up a few words here and there, but who y'all here with?
Ventilation and Denise Camille.
Under the act, but we not playing no games.
We're not into games. We don't like Sega, PlayStation, or Xbox.
So y'all here with Dilate the Dialogue with Denise Camille.
Dilate the dialogue.
We gotta open up, not them legs, but the mind.
Denise Camille.
Cause I know y'all trying to find y'all strength.
Denise Camille.
Intertwined with the life of me.
Denise Camille.
Greetings. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Let me just turn up this other, yeah. How's everybody doing? Everything is working. Everything is growing. I am Denise Camille. This is another episode of Dilate to Dialogue. We are here. And all of a sudden my throat wants to decide, oh, we ain't about it, or we about it. We about that relationship with self-awareness, right? The Urban Love Therapist. I'm here again, y'all, with another episode, right? How's everybody doing? I knew another sound was going to just pop up. That's confirmation. Everybody's doing okay? One more time, y'all. Let me just go ahead and let's get it started, right? Hopefully all is well in the land of the living. I have to always say that healing really has its volcanoes going up. And here goes the spew, and it spits out lava and ashes, and you're like, I'm melting. And you're like, you're thinking you're going down and down and down, and you still they can still reach out a hand to a lifeline. Spirit will always be your guide, right? So today's topic, I guess a few of them had turned over. Let's go with this one today. And again, y'all check out my self-awareness deck that I created. It's on my website, denise-camille.com. Y'all check out my products, hair care line for hair care. What's your relationship with your hair? Again, everything always turns back into self-awareness. Y'all check out my 3 books. My first book, Justice for the Caged Mind, written in an intimate soliloquy format, 2017, written down when I was in my breakdown, my initial real breakdown. And this is my breakthrough, my baby, right? You can't let the other books hear her. Y'all check out the other ebook, or my first ebook, Nurturing the Soul, 10 Quick Step Guide Connecting Self and Spirituality. And then my most recent book, Urban Life with Love, 5 Languages We Speak. For those that need therapy in a book. This comes from my professional standpoint as a couples counselor, individuals with anxiety and children 10 and up. I realized that I'm gonna need some water. That's what I realized, right? I realized that a lot of us are kind of superficially healing because we address the superficial. We address the surface layer of our challenges. And then we're like, oh, now we opened up the can of worms. Let's go a little deeper down the rabbit hole. And most of the parts at that times, we're traveling by ourselves, which is kind of where you need to go because you got to deal with yourself. And when you feel or realize that you can't go anymore by yourself, of course you have spirit always with you. Speaking of which, I do need to light some sage. If I get up one more time, it's one of those kind of episodes where we got to get everything right? And I'm going to grab me something to drink. Yeah. Today I just had my tea. But yet, getting to a place where you realize that you need help. You need healing. And healing is never ending. Yet either way, let's get into this topic. So today's topic, and I was just shuffling, and like I said, a few of them came out. Let me just light this sage real quick. Because Lord knows I've been needing to clean out my mind, detox your mind. Y'all check out my clean juicing line. Come back with that. That's coming in due time. So today's topic, y'all see it? Plant your seeds of truth. And that goes right in with healing, right? Planting your seeds of truth. I know a lot of us aren't gardeners by trade, or we're not always in nature like we should be, yet real science is in nature. We can learn a lot from hands-on and seeing how cycle of life, how plants need energy too. And what are we planting these days within ourselves, right? Because we're just as energy-based as plants are. I remember this one sister, she mentioned to me that she learned, even though she was in the birth working field, she became a farmer, and then she actually learned what it looked like from the scientific aspect, because plants don't speak English verbally, yet nonverbal language is always louder than anything else, right? So having said that, it's planting your seeds of truth. And I know one of my topics was, are you loyal to your lies? What does that look like? What are your truths? And are you been planting them? I know for me, I've been having to grow through the lies that I thought I wasn't loyal to, yet I didn't realize that the lies were covering the truth. Kind of like how fear blocks love, right? And I give thanks. First of all, I must honor my ancestors. I must honor their guidance. I must honor their truth, because without them, I'm telling you, without them, life would be a whole lot different for me. And I have to also be mindful that I'm not perfect. And my seed, I'm talking about my seeds right now, right? You see how the sage is just releasing. Yet, I'm in a place where planting your seeds of truth, being honest with yourself with where you are in life, being honest with yourself when things aren't moving the way they should be, things are stagnant, things are kind of blocked, right? And I know I've heard a few times people say, oh, well, spell work isn't real, and spell work is only real when you allow it to be real. If you haven't experienced it, that's one of the things that you can't say it isn't real because it never happened to you. That's just like, you haven't experienced a loss of a child, and I have not ever experienced that. I know my parents have. I was a sibling of it, and it's different, right? If I wasn't a parent then, if you haven't experienced divorce, marriage, those are certain things. I think it's like 5 things. I'm going to add 6, because the 6th one is spiritual spell work. You haven't experienced someone talking negative on your name, literally sending you spells of different things. If you haven't experienced those things, your truth, plant the seeds of your truth. The truth is, I'm an overcomer. My truth is, I'm an overcomer. I'm an overachiever. I am overanalyzer sometimes. I am, one of my positive seeds is that I'm flexible. I'm dependable. I'm reliable. I'm innovative. I'm creative. And these are the seeds that I've been planting within myself, in my business, in my personal life, learning that I can still grow every day. Knowing that I'm not perfect, yet I choose to grow. I choose to not let my stagnancy get the best of me. I choose to shift my mindset into a place of, I can do better, and I will do better. Planting your seeds of truth. What are your truths? What is it that you want to do with yourself that you want to get done? It's just that simple. What do you want to accomplish? Let's get it. Let's at least make the steps, right? Let's at least make the steps to our growth. At least get to a place of purpose. Planting your seeds of truth. Where does that stem from, right? where can that take you when you're in a place where you're like, man, I feel like I should be further in life. You know, and I've said that in a few conversations recently where I did lives. Just being mindful of where can you be when no one else is watching? What are your truths? Besides the standards of luxury and I want to be living better and blah, 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 do you have standards of your character? Plant those seeds. We're going to take this quick commercial break and come back for the second half of Dilate to Dialogue, y'all. All right, take care. Greetings, everyone. Y'all here with the one and only. Y'all see I got some water in my eyes here. Denise Camille Hair Care Line. We're working it up with our Kuhlman shampoo and our bergamot conditioner, which you have bergamot oil and coconut oil and our rice milk based conditioner. These are kid-friendly products. They are organic, naturally made, here to stimulate the follicles of your future. Let's get it together. Denise Camille, how can I help you heal? All right, y'all, welcome back for the second half. Dilate to Dialogue. I am Denise Camille, the one and only. Today's topic, plant your seeds of truth, right? So again, we were talking about it earlier, where planting your seeds of living. What does that look like? Your seeds of truth. What are you truthful of? What can you honestly say, hey, this is my life. This is who I am. This is what flows and functions for me in living purposefully, right? How often are we planting seeds of our truth? How often are we recognizing, I'm doing this for me? You know, saying to yourself, because I've heard some people say, oh, this is for my family, for legacy, for wealth building, for blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but what about you? What seeds are you planting for yourself? Why not plant them for yourself? Why not be honest with yourself? Why not be truthful with yourself? Why not just be that person for you? Right? Plant those seeds for you. Plant them in a place of strength, in a place of legacy, in a place of knowing that I'm humble to my own growth. Planting those seeds. And sometimes we don't realize when we're planting seeds, what do we do with seeds? First of all, what is a seed? We didn't even get to the vocabulary word. Let's say how different this episode has been. Let's go back to defining a seed. Let us define a seed. Should we go with seedling, a flowering plant's unit of reproduction capable of developing into another such plant. A seed is also a man's semen, okay? Seed in the verb sowing, produce of drop seeds. So even we go with the noun, a flowering plant's unit of reproduction. And again, with the man, a seed is a man's semen, right? That's a seed. So if we're planting seeds of your truth, we're actually putting forth efforts to create better selves of us, right? Most times they say the only person you should be in competition with is who? Yourself. Yet when you're planting seeds for truth, right? You're planting a life that you want to live for yourself that you can say, well done. Most times in Christianity, they say when God tells you, well done. Well, if the kingdom of God is within you, when are you going to tell yourself, well done? When are you going to clap for yourself? That's one of the things I know. I planted the seeds in myself where I celebrate me. I celebrate the wins. I celebrate the little wins. Of course, I'm going to celebrate the big wins. Yet to me, the little wins are what takes me to the big wins. One of the things I celebrated last couple weeks ago was that I noticed when I checked on YouTube, me putting in the work with my marketing team and knowing that my views from me actually putting in the work and getting it done, it went from like 0 views to 30,000 views from people seeing my different clips. That's a win. That's a seed that I planted of my truth because I wanted to get the word out there. I have to figure out a way, right? Sometimes where there's a will, there's a way. The dumbest question we don't ask out of fear, and I'm going to get there. The dumbest question we don't ask based out of fear is because we don't know where we want to be. We're too afraid to see bigger. We're too afraid to see greater. And I speak from a place of, the word wants to come out, I speak from a place of lack, yet that's what it is. I was speaking from a place of lack. Now I have to see and see greater and open up my eyes that I may see. Even when I ask the spirit team, spirit guys, open up my eyes that I may see. Open up my spiritual eyes that I may see. Ask for the clarity and focus of what I need and who I need to be. Right? To do my best to move in love and not fear. To see what I need to see and then move from there. Right? So I'm planting the seeds of truth within myself because I want to reproduce a better me for the future me that's waiting for me to get out of this funk, right? Same thing with you. If you're in a stagnant place of life, if you're in a place of lack mentally, then that shows everything else outside yourself as well. Lack mentally provides your mindset, provides the memory, provides everything around you, right? You have to push past that. Everything in divine time, yes. However, it's the mindset. And it's the root of the mindset, and that's the seed. Everything falls back full circle. It's the seed. It's the seed of truth. It's having to see, man, am I still living out of fear? I had to be honest with myself. And I was like, man, I really was. Because of what I allowed my past to hold me back. And I would see even with my clients at one point in time, I was like, wow, that's real bravery. I never said I wonder if I could be that way. I wasn't even thinking about that at that point. I was like, oh, wow, you're really brave. For having the courage to keep going. Yet for me, I'm such a digester and a processor. Planting those seeds of truth needs to be in a place of I have to understand me first. What seeds am I growing? What is growing? Am I reaping any harvest? Because did I plant the right seeds? Ask yourself, are you planting the right seeds? If you're expecting a harvest, where's the harvest coming from? If you have no seeds in the ground, or you planted seeds yet it's not in fertile ground. You planted lies. How many of us planted lies? Ooh. That's a powerful, come on somebody. How many of us planted lies to ourselves to tell ourselves we're greater than, and in reality, we're lying to ourselves because we're still moving from fear. We're still moving from lack. We're still moving from doubt. We're still moving from anger, from hurt, from betrayal. Everything out of that. The only truth that you can plant a seed properly with is love. And that's love of self. That's love of your past. Forgiveness of your past. Did you like those experiences? No. Would you want to do them again? For what? That's like insanity. That's torture. That's waterboarding. You want to go somewhere and be tortured? Go back and do the same thing over again. Same face, same space. That's what they call that. What's that word? War? Not the art of war. It's something in war where it's like a waterboarding, torture or something like that. I forgot the word right now. It will come to me. Yet planting the seeds of truth, it's like planting seeds of love. And it's planting back within yourself. Again, relationship with self-awareness is what I preach, teach, learn, me, you, everybody. Our gifts help us because what our life purpose is, it's based off of our pain. In order for us to help somebody else, we got to help ourselves first through that. We got to be able to say, you know what? I've overcome. I know that there's a light on the other side of that tunnel. Why? Because I walked through it. Mine took a little bit longer because I'm like, no, let's stop. Let's analyze. I'm writing on the walls and the journey and the path and the underpass. And I'm like, no. Let's see what's going on here. Is that a crack in the wall? Oh, okay. Is that a caterpillar? No, it's a snail. Oh, okay. I'm planting seeds, but again, I wasn't sure of what seeds I had in my possession. So make sure you're planting seeds of truth, people. Make sure that you're in a place of Trust, knowing that anything you put your mind to manifests because thoughts become things. And be honest with yourself. Speak to yourself daily. Are you honest with me? Or are you loyal to our lies? What are we lying about? Oh, we're blaming somebody else. What are we lying about? Oh, it's not our time. What are we lying about? Oh, somebody's doing something to you. That's a mindset. That's like that movie I always talk about, Revolver. He was running from his own self, his own alter ego, because he thought he was out to get him, because he didn't want to face him. Plant the right seeds, people. Plant your seeds of truth, which again are your seeds of loyalty, your seeds of love, your seeds of growth. And push past that fear. Walk through it. I can and I will. I'm able to. Watch me. If the ancestors have done it before, they're going to do it again. You've been in worse situations than where you are now. Remove the thoughts of stagnancy. Remove the, but I can't, procrastination. Remove all that. Plant the right seeds within yourself. Plant your seeds of truth. All right, y'all. It's been real. I am Denise Camille. I am the Urban Love Therapist. This has been another episode of Dilate to Dialogue. Until next time, peace. You ever been in love? You ever just loved on your hair follicles? Loved on the reason why your relationship with your hair exists? You ever just looked at your hair serum and sang to you with a thank you from your soul as you adjust the Coolmint shampoo to untangle those oils? You ever just wanted to be one with the Bergamot conditioner that detangle and feed your follicles? Oh yeah, just loving all of the hair lust, the moisture, the shine, the give back that it gives back to you. Oh yeah. There is no matter how far you will go with the Denise Camille hair care line. Paying attention to the morning mist, y'all. Detangle, untangle from that entanglement of other ingredients that don't help. That's the best part.